Morning, folks. Hello. Warning everyone now that I might have bad internet today. So, yes, just a warning. It seems my upstream link is very, very slow. But good morning, everybody. Look, it's actually a coffee. I have a coffee today. I'm having a coffee today. Wow, lots of people in the chat already. Let's go back, have a look and say hi to everyone. Who's here? Michael's here. Adam, hello. Hey, Gary. Hey, James. Hey, Ezzy. Colin, good morning. Hey, Andy. Oh, Andy's using Andy today and not all the things. That's okay. Embedded Hobbyist. Hello, PG Tips. Don't know what that means. Hey, Alex. Tiny LED Matrix. Tabletronics is here. James Sharman. Hello, good evening. Tony B. Good. Mike Swan. Michael Bernhardt. Yay, Ian H is here. I'm officially calling shenanigans on this stream. Said he stopped drinking coffee. Well, no shenanigans, there's a coffee here. It's not that I stopped, as in I'll never ever have coffee again. I have not been drinking coffee. Hey, Graham. Crazy Roops. Woohoo. Marcos. Hello, Paul the Curtains. We're talking about Earl Grey hot. Yeah, I can't do Earl Grey. I don't like Earl Grey. My dad used to drink Earl Grey. I like, I don't mind English breakfast. Irish breakfast is about as sweet as I can get. Just normal tea. I like normal tea. It's fine. I'm building a coffee today. Yes, I'm going to deconstruct a coffee. So, just let everyone know, I'm going to repeat it again. I said it straight up, is that I might have bad internet today. I don't know. My uplink seems to be rather slow, but YouTube says that my health is okay. Yes, my health is okay. I'm printing in the background, so it might be a little bit noisy. Yeah, Australian breakfast. I don't think there's such thing as Australian breakfast, is there? Other than just standard Lipton. I don't know. Hey, Amos, good morning. You made it early. You thought it was too early for you, but you're here. Well done. Hey, CG Aces. So, we're still early. I have a question. Is MicroPython suitable for ultra-low power applications? Absolutely. Well, it is now. There were some issues with MicroPython that Damien fixed for me as I was testing my Tiny Pico. Well, at least for ESP32, MicroPython you can go as low as RDF or as low as Arduino for deep sleep stuff, so long as you're careful with what you do. Sure. So in the case of Tiny Pico, you need to actually turn off the APA to get into low power mode, because the APA's got a 1 milliamp quiescent current. So there's a method you can call in MicroPython if you use the Tiny Pico library that just shuts all that down, and it gives you less than 20 milliamps of deep sleep. So MicroPython at the moment can now do that. Yes. Only too early for you. It's only too early for me? Well, yeah, 6:30 in the morning. Very interested in NRF with BLE and Bluetooth 5. Yeah, the NRF's very nice. BLE is very hard to work with. What? NBN, what are we talking about? Can't stand brown tea. I like green tea, and mint is okay. Yeah, I drink green tea. I drink green tea, I drink peppermint tea. Not as much as normal tea, and I go through swings, but yeah. Anyway, so I had nothing planned for the stream today. The APA is part of ESP32. No, the APA is... Now, can't believe this. The stream's already talking Tiny Pico. Tiny Pico comes with MicroPython preloaded, absolutely. Because all my tests are in MicroPython. See this? I don't know if everyone saw this. I made a little, before I get onto the APA, I made a little jig that goes onto the Tiny Pico for shipping. So I've had one package turn up so far that had a bent antenna, because obviously it got squished pretty badly in shipping. Even though there's padding, bubble wrap around it, it's still got, someone must have sat on it. So I built this little jig that sits underneath the antenna, so it can't be squished in shipping now. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, so this is the APA 102. It's the little RGB LED on the Tiny Pico. So this is specific to the Tiny Pico. Well, I guess any board that's got an APA on it, not just ESP and not just MicroPython. And it's got a 1 milliamp quiescent current. So when it's turned off, it still takes 1 milliamp, which is crazy. So I've got a little, you can't even see it, there's a little transistor in there, little PNP and biasing resistor. Yeah, I can't really get it. Anyway, and so you can shut power off to the APA when you go into deep sleep. Back to MicroPython, is ULP easy to access now? That's a good question. I don't know, I've not played with the ULP yet. I'm still fairly new to MicroPython, even though I'm making tutorials on it for other people to learn. I'm still learning myself, so I don't know, maybe Matt will come onto the stream later. You can ask him. Hey Leo. Howdy. Hey Death Shaker. So yes, Tiny Pico's all shipped with MicroPython on it, with the RAM enabled. So yes, that's all pretty cool. Right, I already thought APA was an LED, but I didn't see why it would be connected to Tiny Pico. Did you get those LCDs to work with it? I have got my next revision of those boards shipping today from JLC PCB, so I'll have them Friday or on the weekend sometime. So I'll have my new play shields, did everyone remember I changed the display shield name to play shield? It's now called a play shield. I'll have my new display shield, which I'll build one of those, see how they go. And I've got my new, I've got a board that some of you don't know about. Another one. Yeah, another shield. I might show you today, we'll see. I got two actually, two more shields coming that you haven't seen. So I'll find out soon if those IPS panels work or not. I still don't know if I'm doing them for the campaign though, because yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hey Adam, thanks. Yes, I'm enjoying doing the tutorials. It's they're quite uncomfortable for me to make actually, because I never plan to make tutorials on my channel. Focus. Tutorials are quite hard to make, and I don't necessarily think I'm a good teacher. But yeah, APA's on a strip. Yeah, but well, it's the same problem actually, whether you've got a strip of them or not. Obviously, if you've got a strip of them, it's 1 milliamp per APA. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Anyway, so I had nothing planned for the stream today, because I said I had nothing planned. I might have now. I'm a good teacher. Jury's out on that, but thank you. I have been flat chat working, like, I can't tell you, like, I almost called my stream the burnout stream. I'm not burnt out on YouTube, I'm pretty burnt out just in general. I got my new, it's all Tiny Pico related, obviously, getting stuff ready for the campaign. I'm not sure if all of you saw on Twitter the other day, I'm starting to build panels of stuff just to get things ready. Obviously I need to build stuff to photograph, and I'm not going to build them one at a time, so like pull them off. I've got my stencils as panels, so I've been building stuff on as panels. So these are the RTC shields. Here's my first panel of the RTC shields. These are uncleaned. They've just obviously on the panel, so you might be able to see there's still some flux residue everywhere, which looks disgusting, but they will all come off. What? CG Aces? Which driver did you use for that? Awesome. You're coding Super Mario game? Excellent. Are you going to share it when it comes out? I hope so. How do you be so productive? I don't know. I don't have a choice. I've been killing myself, honestly. I need to get this campaign up and running, and I've bitten off way more than I can chew for one person. So I've just been going flat chat. Anyway, so my RTC clocks, and they work. This is my new audio, so I obviously built a panel of those, but this one I had to test. So that's my audio shield, and that works really well. Do I still have... Hang on a second. so everyone, tell everyone to block their ears. Oh, with the Adafruit library. You got it with the... What? Why did I just think you said you got the ST7789 working with MicroPython? I don't know why I just thought that. MicroPython in my brain. Something others might have to do. I'm a bit afraid that when I order a Tiny Pico and or shields, the Dutch customs will charge VAT. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about customs. Crowd Supply are shipping them all out, and if it's buffering, just refresh your browser. Sometimes happens with low latency. Yeah, look, I'll speak to the Crowd Supply folks and just ask them to be careful with the shipping for Euro, but all the shipping is done through Mauser now. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Mauser bought Crowd Supply. I'm not sure when. Recently. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with customs. I wish I could change that. I don't know what I can do on that. I'll speak to them and see what they can say. See if they can do anything at all. I'm going to plug this in. I'm warning everyone. It's going to be. It might be loud. And then I'll show you the changes I made to it. It's pretty cool. Here we go. Block your ears. So I've got gain control now, a little bit anyway. Hard to tell with these tone changes, but you get about a 20-30% change in gain. Turn that down. So that's one of the features. The other one is, it's not an off switch, but it's to switch between an internal and an external speaker. So you can wire up an external speaker if you want to. So there's that as well. And yeah, so that's the audio shield. It's pretty loud. It's pretty good. I'm really happy with these speakers. Unfortunately, they're out of stock. I've got 250 of them on back order with LCSC. And I can't get stock. So I actually built a whole bunch of these shields that don't have speakers on them. A whole bunch that do, but a whole bunch that don't. So on the panel that I built, I didn't have enough for the whole panel. But I had to build a panel. Anyway, so speaker shields are done. What was that? If you can keep people's attention, which you do better than most of my teachers at school. Thanks, Gary. I still don't think I'm a good teacher. I know it's not my worry. Well, it is my worry still. Like, it's my worry. I can't do anything about it, but it is my worry. Hey, Wolfgang. How funny if you get a copyright claim for that audio. I don't think so. I hope not. Coffee, wow. I think that's my 4th coffee I've had in about a month. So I'm not off coffee completely. I'm just I don't drink one a day anymore. That's all. Okay, anyway. I got news, and now I've actually got something I do want to do on the stream. But I'll get to that in a second. So it was just going to be a chat stream, because I'm in the middle of stuff, as in my new boards aren't here yet. They don't come till the end of the week. I've already built everything from my previous lot that came in last Wednesday after the stream. And they all had to be built with the microscope anyway, so I couldn't do that on the stream. But I'm going to build some Reflow Masters. Well, kind of. We'll get to that. But I wanted to show you some other stuff. So I've been building a whole bunch of Tiny Picos. One coffee, I usually have 10, 15. Yeah, no, I'm not that bad. So, see, I don't even know if this will fit. We'll see if this will fit. Kind of. So, these storage cabinets, I've been stocking up on stuff, right? So I've been building lots of things. Everyone can see that. You might not be able to see the labels. So, can we see the labels? These are to clean. These are to ship. They're Tiny Picos. So I've got Tiny Picos in here, Tiny Picos in here. I've got Proto Shields. These are all my audio shields. As you can see, some have got speakers, and down the bottom, right there on panel still. And these ones don't have speakers because I ran out. So many goodies. But these have all been cleaned. I'll show you the difference in a moment. And I've got a whole bunch of Grove connectors. These have all been cleaned now as well in my ultrasonic cleaner. So I've been stockpiling, and so this is kind of what I've been doing. Obviously I've been printing stacks of these here. I've got stacks more to print, but they're all done in PETG, electric blue, because it's my favourite colour. So, hey Ellie, hope they don't grow legs. I don't know what that means. It means hope they don't disappear. So anyway, so I've been building stacks of stuff. I've also, and 6 of these, there was a reason I was showing you this, 6 of these boards. Actually, let me show you the difference between clean and not clean. I'll take these out and I'll show you what the difference the ultrasonic cleaner does. It's pretty, I've got a production line going. Well, it's not really a line. It's not a line. It's just production. It's pretty full on. So you can see that's the RAM on the back, how ugly that looks. And then you might be able to see how, like, the flux on the board here doesn't look too bad, but it is, I think it's bad. Anyway, so this is the clean version. As you can see, no more flux. And on this side as well. So there's a little tiny bit of flux around the Pico that I can't get out. I have to leave it for almost twice as long. But you can't really, I mean, it's 90% cleaner than what it was. So yeah, I'm pretty glad I'm cleaning them, because that just looks terrible. Hey Chris, so I got an ultrasonic cleaner from Alan. Oh, hello Alan. Alan just turned up. So he lent me one of his, he's got several ultrasonic cleaners, and I'll tell you, I can't show it to you because it's got stuff in it. The brand though is okay, I just knocked my test jig on the ground. Whoops, hope I didn't break it. The brand is Sonic Clean. I'm not sure where he got it from, and I'm using this stuff to clean it. It's water-based, which means you don't have to worry about burning your fingers off. Even though you still need to be careful, still wear gloves. But it's a no clean. Just run it under warm running water afterwards, and then you need to dry them out. So yeah, it's coming out really well. Locally made in South Australia. There you go. If NeoPixels are washable, I would say that okay, here's the problem, Teletronics. I'd say that they are in a water-based cleaner, obviously, because otherwise the other chemical ones will disintegrate the plastic. So water-based cleaners is safe for plastic. The problem's going to be, how do you dry them out? If you get any moisture inside them, you're going to be in big trouble. So my boards, when I clean them, they then go into my reflow oven at 50 degrees for about 20 minutes to dry them out, to make sure they're fully dry. Just don't put buzzers in like I did. Oh really? You can't put buzzers? Are you sure? Uh-oh. Well, I put all my buzzers in from my audio shields, so if I wreck them, that'd be bad. Wow, okay, well. No, my buzzers are magnetic. Then, you mean piezos or magnetic ones? Okay. No, I'm not. Okay, no, I wouldn't put piezo buzzers. I'm talking about my my magnetic ones. Oh well, I'll find out soon if they work or not. If they don't work, I'll take them off and I'll replace them. Some have a little plastic tape on to seal them. Yeah. I'm not talking about piezos. I'm talking about these ones. They also have a little hole on the side where the sound comes out. I wonder if... This one hasn't been cleaned. I'll have to try to clean this one. I'll clean this one and see if it works. Yeah, so one of the boards I've got coming in my next batch is a new shield. And it's a pretty interesting shield because I'm also going to use it as a test jig. I remember driving my work van, the horn sounded so funny for years. Right, okay. Yeah, no, level. Hey Eric, how you doing? If I missed anyone saying hi, hey Handy Mouse, I apologise. Oh well, I'll find out what happens with that soon. But the point I was trying to make before, which I've been easily distracted on again, is 6 of those tiny picos I built with, well, it's in pieces now. I built with this. It's now in pieces. Whoop. So what I did was, and this is kind of hopefully interesting. Hey James, is I really needed to test if this worked or not, right? How usable it was. And of course, everyone knows that I had that kind of panic about putting a whole bunch of parts in here, and then what's if it falls apart or I knock it, whatever. So what I did was I loaded it up with enough parts for 6 boards only. Right? Roto, Pico, Lose. Okay. And then what I did was I taped it all together. So if I knocked it or anything else, it wouldn't come apart. And then I used it to pick and place those 6 boards. I wanted to see how usable it was. The Deep Space Nine was grey. Hey Dave. I don't know what Deep Space Nine was grey means. So, the jury is out on its usability. There was a few issues. Firstly, it's definitely too high to have this on top, right? I couldn't, as I figured, I couldn't get my hands around. Definitely, I was doing 3 boards at a time, and it definitely wasn't good for 3 boards. Maybe for 2, I don't know. I generally build 2 boards at a time, but I don't know why I did 3. But I did 3, then I did 2, then I did 1, just to see. 1 was more manageable. And then also doing it side by side was also quite tricky. Because, and I'll explain why. So, what was good about it was I didn't have to worry about pulling the parts out all the time. That was great. I just had the cost of sticking 6 of everything in there to start with. And 6 of everything in here took up no space, right? I could easily get probably 50 boards at a time in here with some of the parts and maybe 100 with other parts. The problem I had was, and this was unexpected, well actually, so the first thing was the slope on it worked really well. So spinning it around always kept all the parts to the outside. Even if I shook it around and moved all the parts around, when I span it around, I mean obviously this is not pushed all the way down, it's got much more friction in this, but when I span it around, all the parts moved to the outside, which was great. The problem was, and I didn't expect this, well, I didn't think about this, was that when you've only got a few parts left, or even when you've got a few but they're 0402s, very hard to pull them out with tweezers from the corners and along the edge. One is grey and one is orange. What are we talking about? What is grey and what is orange? Deep Space Nine. Spin. I would be terrified of spraying passives around the room. Well, there's a lid on it. Might not have seen. Sean, look back at. I've got a video a couple of days ago that covers it. There's a lid on it. Like, parts don't come out, right? They stay in there. It's fine. The issue I've got was getting them out. So when I was working above, right, and the opening was on the side here, even still, I mean, obviously the camera's in the way, so I can't look over it. We're confusing him, Andy, sorry, move along. Right, okay. Oh, we're talking about, what about Space 1999? So, getting parts out from the corners was really difficult with 0402. Do I have an 0402 part? Maybe I'll stick an 0402 part in here. No, I won't. Just to show you. They're tiny, right? Everyone knows they're tiny. So I had a lot of trouble getting them out. Now, obviously, under my microscope, I had to move my head away from the scope to have a look inside. I had to get my head in funny angles to get them out. That was the first problem. And then when I wasn't working like that, and when I was working like this, it was really impossible to get them out because I couldn't see where they were, right? Like my head's here, and I wanted to just grab parts and put them on, but I couldn't. I had to sometimes put my head right over to get parts out because they were stuck in the corner. will fill the fillets in. Right, so what I did was, I've done a complete read, or I have to reprint every single piece. I've done a bit of a redesign. Okay, so the first piece is out. Here's the first piece. I haven't even cleaned it. It literally came off this morning. I'm printing the second piece now. So what I did was, hey, the hook up. No, you put it right. I know they were not powerful enough for it. No, the issue with steppers where they get too hot. The first stepper I had wasn't, it kept skipping. It was one of those pancake ones, but I started playing with a slightly bigger stepper. For some reason, no matter which stepper I'm using, I've tried 3, they just get too hot, even when I really undercurrent them. And it could just be the drivers I'm using, I don't know. And I ran out of time to try to solve it as a motorized system, because I need this, like I need it now. Like I'm building tiny picos, I need it now. And even if I solved the stepper situation, I still had all the coding and all the other stuff to build, right? So I've put it on the shelf. I haven't abandoned it. It's on the shelf for now. Are you sleeping the drivers? Yes, I was. It didn't make any difference. And the problem with sleeping the drivers between move is it means that it moves around, which means it doesn't stay still to get the parts out. And as soon as I add friction to it to stop that happening, the steppers aren't powerful enough, don't have enough torque. Unless I get really big steppers. So I'm going to rethink that thing later. I got lots of videos on it. You can see my experimentation with that. They have a loads holding torque. Yeah. I'm moving on from the steppers at the moment. Just back to manual for now, because it's an easier thing for me to work on. So the changes I made for this are, firstly, I've got some locking holes in here. I'm not sure if station 240 is on or not, but he suggested drilling some holes in the other one to lock it. I hadn't got around to that, but I've got a locking mechanism that for this. So obviously when the lid is on and when it's in a closed position, I put the lock in and it won't move, which is cool. The other thing I did, you might be able to see, you might not be able to see, I'll get as close as I can, is there are now fillets inside the end. Can everyone see that? Maybe? Bit hard to see. So parts can't stick in the corner, any of the corners now, or the edges, which should make my life much easier. So, and the other thing I did, and I know it's not a huge difference, but every single thing helps. If I can get this off. Get off. Shouldn't have stuck it on. Come on. Get off. Is I've got it slightly thinner. Ever so slightly. This might not even work. Can I focus on this? Probably not. Oh, no. Okay, no. It's 0.4. Actually, sorry. I've got to zoom out. Hey, Daniel. I'm just doing a recap on what I've been up to this last little while, last week, before I jump into working on some Reflow Master stuff. It's 0.4 millimeters shorter, which I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still 0.4. Anything I can do to make it shorter, the whole thing shorter, is better, because I've also worked out how to put a turntable on top. But not all that's printed yet. So right now I'm printing the new base, and the base is the same, but it's, well, that's got the sides still on it. The base is the same, but the only difference is, unfortunately, is this here is shorter. That's the only difference. So, which is a bit of a pain, because I thought about just trying to sand this and cut this down, but it's pretty hollow inside. It's only 30 minutes, going to be 2 times it, back soon. Oh, okay. Hey, Helmet. How you doing? Yeah, so I didn't want to just try to cut that off and get it perfect, so I'm reprinting the base as well. The base is pretty quick. It's just a 2-hour print, so that's fine. I've got a new version of this coming as well, which is, it's also 0.4 shorter, which is great. And it's also now designed for a 3mm top instead of a 2mm. Because firstly, I've got no more 2mm acrylic, just 3. Hey, David. I'm out of 2, so I need to use 3. But that also means that that gap I had on the top, between the top and the parts, that was a little high, that's now going to be pretty flush. So, all in all, the whole thing's only about 0.4. Yeah, about 0.4 lower. But what I've done, it might be hard to explain. I might have to wait and show you. I've cut out 4 feet holes in the top of the acrylic, or in the next piece of acrylic that I do, and then I've got a little, so instead of this base here, right, for the turning thing, I've got a little thing that clips on into here, so it locks it still and it doesn't move, and it's really thin with a little post, and then I've got a new parts tray that'll plug into that. So this is about 15mm high. The new assembly that fits on top here is 11mm high. So that's 4mm plus a 0.4, that's 4.4mm lower than what it was before. Now, it might not be enough to make it workable for me, but it's going to be better. Like, 4mm is 4mm, I guess. So, and if that isn't enough, my plan is to get some more bearings that are thinner. These bearings are 7mm high. I found some that they're not quite as big, so it might not be as sturdy, but they're only 3mm high. So I might give that a whirl and see if I can get it down another few mil. So yeah, that's my parts dispenser that's being worked on now. It's being printed now, and hopefully I'll be able to show you a revised version of that soon. And hopefully some of the usability hassles I had with it will be fixed. So, let's jump into some Reflow Master stuff. Also, I might have some guests today. Not might, I think I've got some guests today. I think my kids are going to be coming in to say hi on the stream around 7:30. But they're coming in one at a time, because there's no way both my kids come in at the same time. They'll be a disaster. So I have some exciting news. Some sort of exciting news. My Reflow Masters, they're my last 4. They're my last 4 because these are my last 4 SAMD21s in a QFP package. I'm out. I've gone through every single one of my SAMDs. School holidays, yes. So, does the center of the bigger parts dispenser also get a pad where you place your boards that you work on? No, that center's inside. It's completely covered by the top. So I could have made the whole thing. I could have made the whole thing shorter by having the turntable connect directly to this, right? But the problem with that is that means when I turn my parts, my board turns. I don't want that. I need my board to stay still. I need to be able to turn, grab a part, place the... I don't want to be turning. So let's say I want to pull out 10.1 microfarad caps, like 0402. I don't want to grab a cap, put it on the board, go grab a cap, put it on the board. You know what I mean? I want to get to the caps. I want to turn my board, place one, place one, place one. So it can't be connected to this. It needs to be completely independent. Oh, integrating ball bearings with the little BBs of the balls, you could make it super thin. Well, I also thought about using some thrust bearings, which I've been looking at. It's, again, I don't integrate my own ball bearings into this. I think that's just going too far for what I need on this. I just need something that's usable for now, workable. And like I think maybe thrust bearings are going to be the easier solution. If I did thrust bearings, I could potentially stick thrust bearings into this area, and then have the turntable on top, and just have the top piece sit just around here, and have the turntable in here. And I might look at that in the future. I tried sourcing some thrust bearings yesterday, and I couldn't get any for a week. And I don't want to wait a week. I need to be building now. I can have this next revision of this ready to go by tonight maybe, or tomorrow morning, and then I can get back to building. And even if it's not perfect, I can still build. Like I built 6 from it the other day, and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't great. there was definitely a huge savings in how long it took me to get the parts out all the time, which was fantastic, which was what this is for. If I've solved some of the times I'm sitting there, like, you know, there were a couple of times I was doing this. Can't grab it, 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 right? When I sit there can't grabbing it, I'm wasting time. So hopefully the new fillets in here will solve that. And between all of that, I think this could be 50% better than what it was. Someone said hi a minute ago and I missed who it was. Who came in and said hi? Oh, Zephbot. Hey, Zephbot. After Dark, hello. Between the two, I don't know. I don't know a good printer in that price range, but a few others here. Yeah, there we go. Ender 3. Yeah. I mean, I've got a Prusa. I don't know. I think I just broke the USB connector on my SAMD board. Oh no, Colin. Yeah. Hey, Brian. News? Any news, Brian? No news? I keep asking Brian if there's any news. Brian's about to have a baby, but not yet. Due a few days ago, so it's now overdue. All quiet. Okay, I hope Caroline's doing okay. So yeah, I'm out of these. I got no more. And so, I'm still working on the Pro board. I don't know if I'm going to build it or not. I'm now thinking I'm going to change the Pro board to run off an ESP32. But in the meantime, I need to make a new revision of this. Just a little bump. And I need to move to my QFPs. I've got a whole bunch of QFPs. So, it turns out that it's cheaper for me to get a brand new set of boards and a stencil and shipping than it is to buy more QFN SAMD 21s because the prices have gone up on them. And I've got 25 QFPs sitting in a tray over here, sitting there doing nothing. So my plan is to, I'm going to start working on this on the stream today. My plan is to make some tweaks to this board, swap the QFP over to QFN. There's a couple of parts I want to take off here. Is Paul here? Paul? Hello? Paul? When Paul Taggart turns up, he's the count. He can count all the parts I take off. A lot of get it out of me, it's your fault. He's blameless. I don't know about blameless. Hey, Brian, look, it's coffee. It's coffee, Brian. And I'm drinking it. Anyway, but I need to finish these off. So these are my last 4. One of them is already gone. One of them's already allocated. Trader. I don't drink a lot of coffee anymore, but today I needed a coffee. I've had a rough few days. Like, yeah, it's been tough. So I need to finish these off. These boards work. I've already tested them. But I need to do all the through-hole soldering. And I know everyone loves watching me do through-hole soldering. No, it's not decaf. I do have decaf, but it's not decaf. Today I needed a real coffee. So I am going to, shock horror, do through-hole soldering on my stream today. For those that joined late, my printer's printing right now. Sorry about the noise. Okay, iron is on. I'm gonna get these out of the way, and then I will jump into Eagle, and I'll talk about what changes I want to make to this. It needs to be the same, because it needs to be compatible with the current code base. I'm not going to go and make a new revision of the code base just to do this. 18 months without a coffee. Yeah, I don't crave coffee anymore, but I was up early today, obviously because it's an early stream, and I've had a really, not rough as in bad, but I've had a really full-on week so far, just with everything I've been doing. Tiny pico stuff, and I'm just pretty low on energy. I was going to call this stream the burnout stream, but it's not quite. I'm not burnt out, I'm just exhausted. Does that make sense? So, I need to get everything out that I need. If I can find everything that I need some of these. And I need some of those. Yeah, that's to start with anyway. Oh, and I need, wow, the most important thing, for the screens don't stay in, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. No energy drinks in 18 months either. Wow. I don't know what to say, Brian. You've obviously got too much raw energy. Oops, lost a board. So I build these 4 at a time, and in the past, because I got these boards obviously made a long time ago, I also have to solder on the 10 nanofarad caps. Because I got them so long ago, all the stencils are just single stencils, so I stencil these 1 at a time, but the next ones I get, I'm going to just do it as a stencil of the whole panel and still do 4 at a time. So my plan is, once these next lot of so I've been selling a lot of Reflow Masters recently. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I've sold 7 in the last week and a half, which is why I'm now out. This is why these are the last 4, which is pretty exciting. Hey Stephen. Hey Greg. So that's why I needed to do this bump to change over the chips. But I think once these are done, like, you know, I've got 25 I can make with my other chips, I'm gonna call this revision done. And I'm going to move on to whatever the next Reflow Master is going to be, like the Pro or something, however I do it. I don't know if I'll continue making these particular ones. I might. It depends how far I go with the changes that I make today or for the next revision. But anyway, let's get these building. So yes, iron is hot, primed, ready to go. I'm going to do this without my extraction fan, of course. Does everyone remember these little jigs that I made a long time ago? I've lost 4 of them, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, I've lost 2 of them. I've only got 2 left. Not to bring the whole thing down, but coffee was really messing with my anxiety. Yes, coffee definitely elevates my anxiety and stress. Not my anxiety, my agitation. The more coffee I drink, the more agitated I get. Yes, it's true. These are SAMD 21s. SAMD 21 G18s. So they're the full memory spec SAMD Cortex M0s. Which is still one of my 2 favourite MCUs. The SAMD 21s, I haven't played with 51s yet. Like, I don't have any need to put a 51 on anything. SAMD 21 and the ESP32 for me are my 2 favourites. Okay. Here we go. Watch all the flux smoke and stuff happen. And of course my lighting in here is pretty bad. Whoa. Did everyone just see the camera shift? Did the camera just move? Whoa. That was not good. Okay, hang on. Almost knocked the camera over. Moving my light. That would have been bad. You were reading Goldilocks last night. Okay. Well, obviously, because for your daughter, but still, no hot tea or coffee ever, but Coke and iced green tea. So you know that green tea's got as much caffeine in it as coffee, right? Okay, that's not very straight. Turn that around. That's pretty straight, I think. Not that you can really see on camera. Okay. Once again, I'm doing this quite far away from my face. I need to get... I've actually got a telephoto, not a telephoto lens, but like a what's it called? Like a longer lens that I can see further. I need to find a way of getting my camera really high up and out of my head. But then when I stick my head down, everyone's going to see my bald patch. Do I have a bald patch? I don't know if I've got a bald patch. Anyway, let's do this. So I just need to assemble these because one of them's got to go out tomorrow. So I built the PCBs yesterday. What is going on here with my iron? I'm using a very thin tip at the moment because I was soldering some detailed work yesterday. Zoom. It's a zoom lens. Well, they can all zoom, but I need something that I can mount my camera on my roof. How funny would that be? And then get a remote control to control it. Yeah, I don't like doing soldering with this fine tip. It's really bad. I should swap it out, but it's hot. I'll suffer through it for now. I'll take one for the team. I still want to get myself a Hacko. So I know I'm not looking at the telephoto lens. I think that's the one. Hey Dale. Turty tree and a turty okay. Doesn't saying the roof imply you're going to mount the camera outside? So on the ceiling. Sorry, on the ceiling. Apologise for using the incorrect Queen's language. So did everyone see my... Oh, did I just really bridge that? No way. Okay, I can't believe I just bridged 2 headers. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I never do that. Okay, well that got that guy. Did everyone see my posts on Twitter and on my Patreon page about my burnt boards escapade? Okay, that's one. That took some doing, all soldering up nicely until you whacked more solder on there. Yeah, I know, I wasn't, well I'm kind of distracted. It's a really, you know what? I'm taking a break, I'm turning my iron off. I'm going to swap the tip, because that is just a ridiculous tip to be doing this with. Ridiculous. It's a really fine point tip, designed to get really close to stuff. Hey Scott! So did everyone, let me go get something. So this has been sitting outside since it happened to get the smell out, and the smell is finally gone. Did everyone see my stuff about this? On my Patreon page and I think on Twitter. Did I post on Twitter? For those that don't know, I'm not asking you to go back me on Patreon, but I often post, like I post public and Patreon only stuff on my Patreon page. So you should all follow me at least on Patreon. That way you get to see some stuff that I post there. It's a much better platform to post stuff on than, you know, Instagram or even just general Twitter. Hey Jan, is it Jan or Jan? Jan, there's got to be Jan, right? I meant to ask you the other day, but it was already the end of the stream. I do respect you interacting with people who work at the same time. Yeah, you respect my craziness? Yeah, whoa. So what happened was, this was from my T962A. So using this is high temp paste, using the same profile that I do my greenborns with. So is that Jan with a J? Jan. Jan and Arn. Wow, I don't know. I'm not going to call you J-Man because there is a J-Man that comes in sometimes. So yes, I learnt a lesson about IR ovens. I knew that IR obviously affected black more than anything else. What I didn't expect was that a black PCB would get that much hotter. I knew it would get hotter, but not that much hotter. It's pronounced Jan, Jan, not Jan. Scott, you're doing my head in. What are you doing? You just wrote Jan the same way 3 times. High temp paste. With the boards also high temp. Yeah, clearly not. So, yeah, this is what happened. It started smoking and smelling at about 30... It's actually 35 degrees away from the hottest point. Only 3 days left. I don't know what 3 days left means. Alan? 3 days to what? So yeah, this is what I did this, and I have not... I went back to my quick chip paste instead, and I have not gone back and experimented anymore. I mean, look at this, it's actually pulled off. I got to be careful because this all disintegrates. It's actually lifted off the top layer. Oh, it's starting to fall apart in my hands. You see here? It's coming off my fingers. Gotta be very careful. I don't want the debris everywhere. Yes, it's pretty bad, and it stank for days. I left my office door open for days trying to get rid of the smell. It was disgusting, and I had a headache for days. Like, it must have been toxic. Anyway, so I need to go back and experiment with doing blackboards again with high temp, but for now I've gone back to my normal temp paste. I peaked at 120 hours a week working at home office. Yes, I've got no way with the T962A of sensing the board temperature, unfortunately. I'd have to add a third thermocouple, or I'd have to pull apart the current system, rewire it, which I just don't really want to do right now. Hey Gary! How you doing? I'm loving the look of your new printer mods that you've been building, Gary, on Twitter this morning. Very cool. Will indeed smell up the shop. It was... No, well, luckily it was just a proto board, so there was what, 1, 2, 3, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, I can't count, 4 by, so there's 12 boards on here, so 12 times 3 buttons and 12 times 2 resistors, not a big deal. It was the smell that was more than anything. So yeah, how crazy was that? That was an unexpected turn of events. Is that going to be hot still? Ah, that's still pretty hot, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to change this over. Get a better tip for today's shenanigans. Oh, God, I want a Hacko with those tips that you just pull out and change. That'd be awesome. Whoop. Whoop. That is a better tip. I worked out what the mouse sounds were on my printer the other day. Everyone remember I kept saying that my printer sounds like a mouse? It was just the ribbon cable from my camera on it that that was scraping along the desk making a mouse sound. I'm still thinking about getting a TS80. I think I'd prefer a TS80 over TS100. Not that there's anything wrong with the TS100. I believe that the power on a TS80 is a bit better. You should sell that burnt board in a picture frame. Or seal it in a picture frame. Yeah, I should actually. I might put the burnt board and then a tiny Pico panel, maybe. So the thing with the thermocouple on the board, I mean, I can do that, and I could do it with my DMM, but then the problem is I can't control the oven with that. I still need to be able to control the oven. So, yeah, at this stage I don't want to completely hack the T962A. It works fine for my other paste. I'm just going to leave that. And then what I might do is maybe the Reflow Master Pro will be a drop, not quite a drop-in, but I'll be able to run the T962A with my Reflow Master Pro. Is my plan. It'll have everything I need to be able to control that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to wait. It's going to wait for that. Okay, let's get back to soldering, shall we? I really want to get the soldering out of the way. So by the way, these Reflow Masters take quite a while to build, as you'll see as we go today through all this. Okay. Sorry, my desk is a bit of a mess at the moment. Encapsulate it in resin. What's this? Oh, everyone wants to put stuff in resin. The Key S-Gur was good. That's my main. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. Amount of through hole you do. You should think about. Well, see, the thing is, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this iron other than the tips disintegrate because I buy cheap tips. Because there's so. I figure that for the price of the cheap tips, I can replace them 10 at a time for the same price as one good tip, if that makes sense. The reason I like the Hacko, to be honest with you, the FX951, is because there are some micro tips. They're special. You can get an adapter with these special micro tips. What are they called, Alan, if you're still there? Hopefully Alan's still there, he'll answer it. That I can use to get really close to QFN stuff for for reworking. Not that I've had to rework any QFNs on my Tiny Picos. Not for a long time, which is great. It's all about the solder paste application. This is a much better tip, don't you think, everyone? Yes. That's kind of why. The problem is this station I've got right now is hot air as well. And so I can't get rid of this iron. I love the hot air on this iron. It's really good. So this iron has to stay anyway unless I get myself another hot air station as well. And to get a hot air station as good as this as a standalone is another like $300. So yeah, that's why I have not got myself a new iron yet, because I don't have any room on my desk for two of them. Is soldering iron that takes Hacko tips. Oh, is it? Okay. But which Hacko tips? There's different types of Hacko tips. The same reason tips are so cheap. Right, see, I don't want the 998. I don't want those tips. I want the pencil tips. What are they called? The cartridge ones, but the one that can take the change of adapter that gives me the pencil, the micro pencil ones. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think they're the T12, right? The T12 tips. Anyway, and you mentioned the other day, Brian, in your video that you're still on your same first tip, which I think is quite incredible. And that's why I might try a TS80, because I feel like it doesn't take a lot of bench space, or it takes no bench space really, and it gives me the option of doing the long tips like that. And so I might consider that. I haven't got around to it. I have to be honest, I'm a bit sick of spending money on tools at the moment. Like, I feel like it's such a money pit. You know, and my iron works. It really does. There's nothing wrong with my iron. I mean, it might look shoddy on the camera. That's just the way the camera picks up. Like, it doesn't look that bad in real life. I don't know. I feel like, I feel like if I could spend less money on hardware, I'd be quite happy. It looks like only the joints that matter. Yes, I don't care what the iron looks like. This iron works great. It heats up really fast. It's very comfortable to hold. And the hot air station is great. So, I don't know, for me to go buy another one now would be completely excessive. And I just don't do a lot of well, I'm probably doing more now than I've ever done, but I generally don't do a lot. Okay, see? Amazing what a good soldering tip can do if you keep it clean. And I had to modify it a little bit because it comes with some problems. My cheap whip and my Unga. You love your Unga, don't you? David, you got power back. Is that a soldering iron, peasant? Wow, I'm now a peasant. Ouch. I didn't think David was joining us today because he had a power outage, but it seems his power's back. Or he's on 3G, I don't know which one. I don't need the portability of the TS100. Portability meaning, I don't know, like I've got a place for this iron. It's fine. Anyway. So this is just one of many parts I need to put on each Reflow Master. For anyone that ever thought that my Reflow Masters on Tindy were too expensive, you need to understand how long they take to build. How much manual work is involved. You'll see. You'll see very soon. Can everyone hear the mouse on my printer? Yes, my coffee's going cold. I'll have a sip in a second. Okay, that is 4 headers on. That's the start. Coffee time, get the pick and place and call it a day. I've been looking at pick and places again. I gotta tell you, like that, doesn't look rough. That was a pretty rough board to build by hand. There's, so how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 parts per board. 3, 4, 5, 5 by 4, 20, 10, 200 parts to place with tweezers. And I can't really do like a suction manual pick and place with those because I can't pick up 0402s with them. Hey Ed, yeah, I'm not buying a cheap hot air station, sorry. I've got a really good one, I'm not going back to a cheap one. Yes, not going to happen. Open P&P, I want one, no reason for it, they just look cool. Yeah, I'm on the fence again about a light placer. I don't think they're the right fit for me, but yeah. Anyway, whatever. I'm not buying a pick and place, I really want one, but I don't think... I'm in that spot right now where it's just, I'm in the wrong place for one. I'm in the middle. Like, yeah. Oh, boy. Hey, the H. What's the time? Oh, we have a visitor. Hey, buddy. Let me move my iron out the way. Hey, everyone, it's Flinny.
You might remember me from my Hot Wheels videos, part 1, or 2 or 3.
Or 3. Yes, if everyone saw my Hot Wheels video. Flinny was in it. Hey buddy, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah? Have you a good morning?
Yep, and I was going up.
Okay. Flinny's going to the movies today to see Lego Movie
2.
2.
Which we already have it.
Yes, well Flinny's already seen it before. You can look at the camera. And we've got it here as well, he can watch. But he's going again. He's going with a holiday program. Yay. I'm making Reflow Masters. Again. Oh well. Do you want to ask anyone anything? No? No? Okay.
Mum was watching your live stream.
Mum's watching my... Why are you whispering? Mum's watching my live stream. What, to make sure that you don't say anything silly? Yeah. Anyway. Awesome. Cool. Everything is awesome. Yes. No, what's the new song? It's not Everything is Awesome. Everything's not awesome?
Yes.
Everything's not awesome is in the second song. See, have a great time at the movies, Flynn.
It said hey Yaz and hi Flynn. Yeah.
Oh, and hey Yaz. Yeah, see, people are...
Hey buddy.
What? Hi, Mrs. Maker. Oh, don't call her Mrs. Maker. Chris, bad.
No one knows me but you. Seriously.
Yes, we've almost got the same hair. He's got better hair. And got more hair. But yeah.
I need a haircut. I don't know when.
Yeah, I need a haircut too. I think you're getting a haircut on the weekend. I think.
Don't know.
Don't know. Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, you gonna say bye to everyone?
Bye everyone.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
No, I'm talking to you.
Have a nice day.
Love you, buddy. Okay.
Pookus and your poo-poo
Hey, Flynn.
Bye.
Wow. Okay. Well, told you'll have visitors. I think Orly will be coming in as well. I think. Okay, button times. These buttons are a pain. Let me just zoom out a bit. See what I'm doing. Never work with kids and animals. Yes, well. He's been on my back about finishing off the Hot Wheels videos, which I've still got sitting in a box here. I still have to finish those for him. I haven't done it. I'm such a bad dad. A bad maker dad, what can I tell you? But I just haven't had the time. What happened to the barking dog? There's no dog today. The crow will come soon, I'm sure. The crow always comes. Okay, got to get these buttons nice and straight. Okay, next. I'm going to start soldering this, but I don't know if Ollie's going to come in or not. I think Ollie wants to come in and say hello as well. And then that will be the end of the visitors today, I think. But for now, let's start doing these. So, yes. I've been teaching Flinny some electronics. He's quite keen, but not quite keen to actually sit and build anything with me. But I've been teaching him some theory anyway. Yes, I just soldered that via by accident, because I wasn't watching what I was doing. Okay, it's the outside. These little stands jiggle around a bit, but they are a godsend. Oh, I hear an Ollie. Oh, now we have Ollie. Cool. Sorry. I hope everyone doesn't mind.
It's freezing in here.
Yes, it is. Can you sit down? You should turn that off. Sit. Hey everyone, this is Ollie.
Hello.
My beautiful daughter. You look at the camera.
I am.
No, that camera up top.
Oh.
Oh, wave. Hi.
Ow.
Oh, bang. What are you doing today? With Mum? Don't know?
No idea.
No idea? Okay.
Something.
Something. Cool. Anything to say?
No.
No. Wow. How's that for enthusiasm of the youth? Orly. O-R-L-I. Yeah. The H.
Every time.
No, people don't know. There are new people on the channel who've never met you before. So they don't know how to spell.
I know, but like every time people spell my name wrong.
That's okay. I get my name spelled wrong all the time. You're going to wave? You're going to wave to everyone. Look, everyone's saying hi to you. That's it? Nothing to say?
Nope.
Really? Oh. I'm sure the kids will remember all the things their make it dad made. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Flynn will remember all the things I haven't finished for him. There's a few of those. Ollie, are you going to make some electronics too? You want to make some electronics? No? Yes?
No.
No? Not interested?
No.
No, that's a no. That's a negatory. Oh well. Hello from Ireland. Brian's in Ireland. Okay, well if you've not nothing to say, bye. Have a lovely day. Thanks for saying hi. And say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Thanks. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Well. Okay, now she's laughing. Outside. But, yeah. That was a challenge. Yes, never work with kids. I'm going to turn I turned it off already. It's a rather warmish day today, so I had my aircon on, but Ollie's right. It is a bit cold in here. Okay, back to soldering. Hey, Matt. Oh, hi, Yaz. Yeah, such amazing kids. Gifted kids. Yeah, I think no more visitors unless Yaz wants to come in. Is Yaz coming in? Yeah, you got to be quick. I don't think Yaz is going to want to come in. She might surprise everyone, but I doubt it. Is that a dare? Might be a dare. No, getting her into building something is a challenge. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, she's just not interested. It's okay. It's not her special talent. Okay, 4 buttons. I hope they're straight. Oh, that last one seems to have maybe moved, but it's too late now. No, that's good enough. That's okay. Okay, that's... Okay, more buttons. I joined late. What are we building today? Hey, Ed. So, I need to finish off building these Reflow Masters, because one of them has to go out for an order tomorrow. And they're my last... Focus. They're my last 4 of these Reflow Masters because I am out of SAMD21 QFP chips. I've only now got QFNs in stock. And, I'm saying in stock, what a weird word. And so I need to make a board revision to use the QFNs instead because it's cheaper for me to make a whole new board revision, get stencils, ship them to me, than it is to buy more QFPs. And I already have 25 QFNs sitting here doing nothing. So I'm going to make a board revision. And I was going to do that on the stream today, and I still might, if I have time. But I figured, because I like building stuff on the stream, and everyone likes watching me hand solder disastrously, that I would finish building these on stream. I built these yesterday, these surface mount stuff, and now I'm putting all the through-hole stuff in, which takes ages. Uh-oh. Yuz, are you the mum? Yuz is my wife. She's the better half of the marriage. So yes, Yuz is the mum. She's not the wife, I'm the husband. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I don't think she's going to come. Are you, Yuz? Assuming she's still watching. Can you nest both QFN footprints inside another on the PCB, so you need one for either footprint? No, I can't. Because the QFP doesn't have a thermal pad underneath, and the QFN does. So no, I can't really get both of them on there, unfortunately. And I don't want to, because, you know, going forward I probably wouldn't do QFPs again anyway. I'd just be sticking to QFNs. So yes, and the QFP is going to take a bit of rerouting to get in there. So like on this one, I've got stacks of wires underneath. If you look at where the chip is, there's a whole bunch of wires underneath here that I'm using, which I can't do with the QFP. The QFN. I am Mr. Yuz. Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay being Mr. Yuz. There's also a few things I'm going to change on this board anyway that I've always would have wanted to. I mean, you got to remember. Oh, I was going to say you got to remember. Like, I designed this a long time ago. How long ago? Does anyone remember when I did my Reflow Master? It's been a while. So there's quite a few things would do a little bit differently now. Hey Fred. Hi, what is this? These are my Reflow Master boards. I'm building my last 4 ever that uses the QFP, and I'm going to do because I'm out of QFPs, I'm going to do a redesign and to use my QFNs. Pick and place. No pick and place. Divorce will not happen because neither of us want the kids. That is true. We will never get divorced because neither of us want to keep the kids. By ourselves, I meant. Does that make sense? Yes. That's okay. We love our kids. So, for those that don't know, both Orly and Flynn are on the spectrum. They've both got ASD. And they both have ADHD. And they both have anxiety. So, as in, like a lot of people have anxiety, but they actually have as a medical condition. So, love my kids to bits, we both do, but they are exceptionally hard work. Exceptionally. Tissue time. I'm muting for 1 second. Okay, yes, I've still got niggling cold. So, it's okay. It's, you know, it's been a pretty interesting learning curve for Yuz and I. You know, Ollie was only diagnosed about a year ago now. I can't remember how long ago. If I'm wrong, Yuz, sorry. I can't remember exactly when it was. And Flynn only really just got his official diagnosis recently, a few months ago. Yeah, so it's a challenge. It's a very different... We've got a very different household than most people do. But that's okay. That's what it is. So, yeah. ADHD sucks. Yes, it does. They are cute. My kids are great. They really are. They're just, yeah, I guess the main thing is they think differently to normal. You know, they process differently. They listen differently, they hear differently, they talk differently, and it's mostly in their processing, which, yeah, and Yaz and I are still learning. Like, we have no idea what we're doing as a parent. You know what? All of you, for those of you that have kids, will vouch that you have no idea what to do as a parent, you know. And then you find out from your parents, after you've had kids, that they didn't know what they were doing either, right? No one knows, because every child's different. So, you know, everything we thought we knew about being parents got chucked out the window. And, yeah, we're both relearning. It's a journey. Sorry, I'll check the chat in a second. I just want to get this done. Surprised I haven't burnt my fingers yet. Almost there. One more to go on that, and then we move to the next thing. What am I missing in chat? Hello, Krillium. I had ADHD as a kid and have a panic disorder now. So let's say see as a hobby really gets them to focus and support the hell out of them. Absolutely. With the ADHD, it's about hyper focusing. Well, so Flynn and Ollie got different ADHDs. Ollie's got inattentive ADHD, which means that it's not a hyperactive, hyper-focused thing for her. Well, hyper-focused, yes, not hyperactive. With Flynn, he's got hyperactive ADHD. So they both have different, but yeah, they both got their interests, and we just need to kind of focus them. Surprising I find so much time for making. Well, I have to. It's kind of my job, right? Well, I'm trying to make it my job, so I don't really have a choice. Do you have air sucker? I do, but it's really noisy. I've got a fake Hacko air extraction system, but if I put it here to work right now, you wouldn't be able to hear me talking. So I'm taking one for the team. Your soldering is infinitely better than the abomination I just finished with your stream. Thanks, mate. No, there's no manual to being a parent. See, can I plug my Facebook page? Of course you can. You don't have to ask me that. We can discuss it further next week. All new difficulties have many advantages, but navigating this, especially when kids and the inability to identify and manage emotions, yes, it's challenging. Yaz is not an admin. Oh, I need to make Yaz an admin. Wow. Okay, Yaz, I'm making you an admin so you can share the page. Hang on. Whoops, misclicked. Everyone stop typing. Add as a moderator. Yaz, you can now post that link if you want to. Asperger's can be harder with girls in particular. Careful with high school. Sure, and it's still fairly new with girls. You know, it was only recently that a lot of psychiatrists would even acknowledge that girls could be on the spectrum, could have Asperger's. It's no longer called Asperger's. It's now just everyone's on the spectrum. It's the same spectrum. After much pondering, I just scored myself a Control-EO 2-based reflow oven cheaply. Oh, cool. Awesome, Greg. Do you own a TS100 solar iron? If you do, recommend buying one. I don't own one. Brian's got a TS100, swears by it. Other people here, I think, have TS100s. I'm not sure about the TS80. Apparently, they're very good. For a woman with 2 ADHD kids, autism kid, by helping introduce some electronics. Yeah, well, as I said, Flynn's keen, but Ollie's not, and that's okay. I can't push her to do stuff she's not interested in doing. See, I told you, Yaz Rosenblum, about what? It's difficult. I found that these kids really are. Yeah, absolutely. It's not that they're not intelligent. they're just intelligent in different ways, and they yeah. Unlike Flynn, at 31 I've learnt to manage my hyperactive part. I still find the concentration part difficult at times. Just 100. You can post a link, Yaz. Post a link to Facebook. Yaz has been on the channel before. She doesn't like being on the channel, to say. What? You didn't pull the trigger, Brian? Oh, you've got an oven, though. You don't need another one. The only alien. So I don't really understand what you're going through. My daughter had Asperger's, but lost her. What? What? You lost her last year at 22? I'm so sorry, mate. Wow. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm kicking myself I didn't get one too, Amos. Even though I don't need an Aldi oven, I thought that I should have just got one anyway. I should have. I didn't. Thanks, Michael. So I didn't mean this to be by the way, Yaz and I are not looking for any sympathy, right? Yes. We're fully okay with the journey. I mean, not all the time. It's hard work, and we're exhausted and frustrated most of the time. But yeah, we're not looking for any sympathy. I'm not saying anyone's like that's what you're doing, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean. We're Yaz is a huge proponent in the whole ASD space, in the support areas. Is really helping. A lot of other families come to terms with stuff. I mean, it's still fairly new to us as well, but Yaz spends a lot of time. So Yaz spends a lot of time like giving back to the community and helping out with some programs that our kids are involved with. Yeah, it's definitely a crazy journey. And to be honest, probably the worst possible time that I could have shut my game business down and start having no income and try to build a hardware business. Let me tell you, I feel very irresponsible doing that after everything that's just happened. Dude, Brian, thank you. Totally unnecessary. Seriously, buddy, thank you, but that was really unnecessary. That wasn't me complaining, like I wasn't... Sorry. Now I feel bad. Super feel bad. Mate, I'm really sorry, the only alien. Really sorry for you to hear that. We have to talk about it. Can I block Brian? No, please don't block Brian. Well, he's a moderator as well. Please don't do that. Thank you, Brian. That was very generous of you. It was totally unnecessary. Thank you. Look, we're happy talking. We don't hide it. You know what I mean? Like yeah, it's not something we hide in our lives at all. We're not ashamed of our kids at all. You know what I mean? And I'm also careful about talking about my kids on the channel and whatever. Like I didn't. Yeah. I try to. You know what? I try to keep my channel. Actually, no, I don't. Let me start that again. I don't try to keep my channel anything. My channel's about me and my journey, right? So, like, everything's open. I'm happy to talk about anything. So, but I mean, it'll give you a good idea though of why Orly was kind of, staring off into space, not wanting to talk, right? Like, she might come across as being shy, but it's really not about that. It's, she was sitting there, she was quite happy. She just isn't as necessarily as open or communicative as Flynn. Yeah, they're both very different kids. proud of kids. Totally proud of my kids. Don't get me wrong. Adiza. Hello, Adiza. Is that... Oh, guys. Colin, you should not have done that. And you know why. Thank you. Please, folks. I'm going to turn off Super Chat. Well, you know, I did change my soldering tip. I did change it. Why does it say make something expected? Because, well, my channel's called Unexpected Maker, but I'm making totally unexpected stuff. I'm building stuff that I never thought I would, and I encourage other people to make something unexpected, no matter what it is. Whether it's electronics, whether it's 3D printing, laser cutting, whether it's just drawing, whatever it is, I encourage everyone to be a maker and to make something. When you make something that you didn't think you were going to make or didn't know you could make, then you've made something unexpected, I feel. I know that Sion's recent MicroPython vids have stirred much interest in that system. I hope I do stir a lot of interest in it. I mean, so I've been chatting with Andreas Space, don't know how to pronounce his surname, Spies, via email, and like he got trashed when he did his MicroPython video. There's a fair bit of hatred out there for it, a fair bit of lack of understanding. You know, people seem to think it's interpreted so it's slow and you can only code in C++ for microcontrollers, and that's just not true. Totally not true. There's some applications that you still want to code in C++, absolutely. It's not for every application, but the fact is, probably 95% of the stuff we do with microcontrollers don't even use 20% of their processing power. So why would you not code in a language that is easier to code in? Anyway, I have to now put 5 of these on every board. Seriously, these boards are painful to make. It did well view-wise, but it got a lot of pushback, a lot of negativity, and it was mostly from, I won't use the word ignorant, because that sounds condescending, but definitely lacking in knowledge or having a preset idea of what they think MicroPython is. Is it interpreted? Yes, but it's compiled down to bytecode, so it's interpreted like at a really low level. You know what I mean? It's fast. Like C#, for those that know what C# is exactly the same. C# is compiled down to bytecode, and the VM runs the bytecode. So, I mean, MicroPython is fast. Is it as fast as C++? No. But you don't need as fast as C++ for 90% of the stuff you're working on. And it's, if you need some things to be really fast, you can write those modules in C or assembler. They're not ignorant, they're called experts. Yeah, well, they're ignorant experts. Ignorant's the wrong word, because it sounds condescending, but do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, anyway. Modules are the key to Python usage and speed. I think you said that. But NumPy, what's NumPy? Is in C. I don't know what NumPy. Is NumPy a library? That's right, but that JIT is running against. It's done. Well, it depends whether it's mono or whatever, but it's compiled down to bytecode, and then that is processed. It's not all JIT. Or it depends which platform you're working on. You know, people used to complain that Unity game engine couldn't be good, couldn't be fast, because it's C#, which is interpreted, right? But the fact was, this stuff was still going down to bytecode, and it was super fast on the desktop, because let's face it, processing speeds on the desktop's fast. And on other platforms like Android and iOS and stuff, it's compiled down to C++ anyway, and then all the way down to assembler. Anyway. Sorry, Yaz, for talking acronyms. Right. Lots of options for different languages. Thanks for joining the chat, Yaz. Pity you didn't come in to say hi. Yes, there's plenty of comments So I'm just not even paying attention to what I'm doing. There's plenty of okay, I'll show you how I do this. It's really tricky. There are plenty. I can't remember which way is the right way. Up, down, down. Plenty of experts in everyone's comments. Mr. David Watts gets his fair share of them, unfortunately. So what I normally do, I do 3, and I need to flip it over without them falling out. Right, and then I need to put a holder down here. I need to concentrate just for a second to hold those in place, right? Then I need to get my iron, which is probably super hot now, and I do 1 of each. Back to the chat in a second. Right, and then I got to pull it off and straighten them. Thanks, Scott. I'm enjoying doing them, as I said before, but it's hard work building concise tutorials. You know, like I want them to be as quick and meaningful as possible. So I need to straighten them. Nothing worse than getting a board sent to you that's got headers that are not straight. Right, and then I put these 2 in. Sorry if any of it's blurry while I do this. As I said, these are quite painful to make. And this version bump I'm going to do today isn't really going to solve any of this, unfortunately. I don't want to reinvent the whole thing, I just want to move over to... Wow, my printer's loud. Okay, 1 of each of these 2. Right, I forgot to put those on first. Oh, that's annoying. I should have put the 10 nanofarad caps on first. Okay, so I need to now straighten these ones. What I should have done a long time ago is built myself a jig, soldering jig for these. And I regret it immensely. And every time I build a set of 4 boards, I think to myself, damn, I should have done the soldering jig. But I always get surprised. Like you know, my orders come in at kind of the same time. Like I never thought I was going to sell so many Reflow Masters, to be honest with you. If the placement of those terminals isn't likely to change, you could do it... Right, yeah, I just mentioned it, yes. I should have done it. And maybe I will now. Maybe I'll make... I need to put these 10 nanofarad caps on. I should have done it before. I'm now annoyed. Get my 10 nanofarad caps. I'll put all 4 of them on now. Before I forget. Yeah, I'm just always surprised when I sell Reflow Masters and Xeon is gone. What? Are we back? Wow. Oh. No, yes. David. YouTube says the stream's not working. But it is? YouTube says it's not receiving data at all. No, this was not a Mac thing. Yeah, you might want to restart your browser, maybe. Look, there's something wrong with my uplink. I think I mentioned at the very start of the stream today that there might be issues with my uplink. So, yeah, there's clearly something going on with the internet. I apologise, but it's blurry. Interesting. Yeah, it might take some time to kick back in. Or it could just be that... Yeah, I don't know. YouTube says it's not receiving any data. No, now it says it is receiving data. Wow. Sorry about that, folks. Good old Australian NBN. Oh, boy, now I've got a headache. That was a bit stressful. Sorry about that. Oh, boy. Wow. Oh. Feeling a bit uptight now. Telstra's irrelevant in this case because all the NBN goes to the NBN. Like everyone's just on-sells it. Like all the hardware and infrastructure is handled by the NBN co. So Telstra on-sell it the same as everyone else does. Yes, it seems to be up now and working, and the health is good. Okay, I'm going to turn my iron back on. So, I know I said I'm only going to be doing 2-hour streams from now on, but I might go a bit longer now after all of that. Because I really want to get these finished. And I've got a bit to do still. Wow. Yeah, my little they're good. The little risers are good, but yeah, definitely building some type of jig would have been easier though. Okay, let's see if we can get these on. I should have got them on before I put the headers on. It was really silly of me. Very silly. I'm going to do this, doing it under camera, that makes it even harder. Okay, is that one? Don't know how I'm going to have to be careful getting my iron in there and not melt the header. Of course, I can't really see what I'm doing under the camera, but that's okay. Okay, well that's one on. So that's a completed board. Oh no, it's not. Did I do? Yeah, I did them all. Okay, so that's a completed board. So they're all the steps to make one Reflow Master board. I for Donna. I for Donna. I'm not sure what that means. Hey Gerald. If I missed anyone that joined the chat recently, like Barnabas. Hey Barnabas. Hi to anyone that I missed saying hi to. So, okay, that's one. Yay. 3 more to go. Okay, I'm going to get all these... I might do that side first. I'm going to do all these caps first. So the reason they're not on the stencil is because that's a later edition I made, and I didn't want to get a new stencil made because it wasn't really the $8 for the stencil, but your shipping goes up when you order stencils. And so I thought to myself, well, I'm not selling many Reflow Masters, so I might as well just hand solder them on. Yeah, meanwhile, I've done about 30 like this now. So my next board is definitely going to have a new stencil. Okay, 2. So this cap is really just to help with noise coming through the thermocouple line. If you're in, like, if you live in areas that have like high frequency noise and stuff, like from, let's say you've got a cell tower nearby, or just bad power grid or something, which I don't have here. Some of you might remember this discussion early on when I added this in. I don't have any problems here. I've not needed to have any cap here, but one of my first boards I sold went to someone that lives in a very bad high frequency area with cell towers, and so they had, like, their Reflow Masters was really noisy, and I didn't know why, and they actually found out, like they did like a modification to it and let me know, and so I straight away put that mod on. So no one got a board that didn't have this mod on it. Everyone got the mods except for that very first person. But some of the earlier ones, the cap was actually soldered directly to the pins of the IC because they didn't have pads on it. Coffee and Donna. Yum. Donna kebab. Is that what we're talking about? Yum. Not for breakfast though. Okay, cool. So, the filtering caps are on. Now, let's get back to... Oh, kebabs are best when you're... Yeah, drained kebabs are good, but not with coffee. Kebabs and coffee doesn't really... Yeah, that sounds a bit weird. Good all the time. I'm not sure what that means. So, just to let everyone know that that was a ploy for me. The internet went down, so just so I could get rid of the super chat things at the top of the chat from Colin and Brian. That was my evil plan. How long left? Well, I don't know. I might go a bit longer now because of the dramas. I think I'd like to get these finished, and I'm not going to get them finished in 9 minutes, I don't think. Maybe. And I'd really like to look at the new board. Hot dog with bacon and cheese. I don't know about bacon in a hot dog. Hot dog with tomato sauce and mustard. Yum. No, I've not had a stroopwafel, and we've spoken about those in the past on some other streams. I've not had one, no, but they sound really nice. Okay, apparently I can't aim with my iron anymore. Whoops. Okay, let's check how straight they are. Wow, they're pretty good. Maybe that one could be turned just a fraction. Okay. We'll get the other ones in. That was Yaz's plan. Yes, Yaz destroyed the internet. No, she didn't. But she did kick the kids off the internet. Never had s'mores. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a s'more is. Okay, I guess I'll become the new exporter for Oz. You're going to send them to Oz, are you? Awesome. Who was it? I think I can't remember who it was that was talking about them not last stream, but a few streams ago. Quite a few streams ago, maybe 5, 6 streams ago. Somehow waffles came up, and then stroopwafels came up. Anyway. Oh. Hello.
Can I?
Yeah. Hey, everyone. We've got a visitor. After all that. Hey, come here.
I'm not sitting on your... Oh, we're gonna break the chair on the internet. Hi.
Hey everyone, it's Yaz.
Hi.
Hi.
That's all. This looks amazing. It's great what you're doing here.
Stop it. Oh, stop pushing backwards.
No, I want to get my own chair.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Yaz is getting her own chair. You go here. I'll go where the camera is, so it's in my face.
Oh.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Just watch where you're sitting.
Oh.
Because you're not in the camera. You need to come forward.
I got it.
No, you need to come forward. That's why I want you to sit on my lap.
I don't want to sit on it.
Okay, well there you go. Hey everyone! I may or may not have waved at the screen. Oh, Brian. Haven't you learned how this works yet? Okay. So maybe we'll do this. I've got an idea. Oh no, I can't do them at the same time. Okay, don't worry. No, we won't do that.
No.
I was going to continue soldering while Yaz chatted with you all.
No.
No? Okay.
It's boring for me. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Brian. Well, we all have our little things.
Yes. Waving at a screen when no one can see.
I do that.
Yeah, well, I do it. Oh, look, it's MJT, Epic Trio. Hi.
Hi.
Let her solder. No. You want to do some soldering?
No.
Teach you how to solder live on it?
Sorry, not interested. So, what?
Said so sincerely,
Yeah.
as only a wife can do. Right.
Yeah, that's it.
What's oops hello, Gerald? I don't know what that is. Hang on, you look like you've come in for an interview.
Right? So where are my questions?
I don't know. There's no questions. Really, Caroline wants to learn how to solder to help you with your building stuff. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yaz is going to help me pack tiny picos.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, but not solder them or assemble them.
No.
There's lots of packaging involved with tiny picos.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Chris, tell us something about Sion he doesn't want us to know. I'll get back to you.
No, do it. Go on.
I
You can't think of anything?
No, I won't. Wait. Oh, what was the question? He doesn't want us to know.
Or that I haven't told them. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't think there's anything. Sorry, I can't help you there.
Yes, Caroline, I'm surprised if Caroline gets out of bed. So now she's 3 days overdue.
What?
Yeah. Brian and Caroline having a baby. I told you.
No, I know. The thing is, I don't know what that feels like. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we've had 2 premies. 2 out of 2 premies.
So, well, as annoying as it is going 3 days over, just know that 3 days in is like a week on the outside. So Bubs needs to develop and blah, blah, blah. So...
Better for the baby, yes, to be late than early.
Yeah. Also, just get some sleep, you know.
Okay, how much coffee do I really drink? I had a coffee this morning.
Yeah, so either one a day or...
Hang on.
Oh, what?
That's what I used to. How much coffee do I drink now?
Well, you're trying to do none.
There you go. I'm trying to do none.
What?
My partner tried to. About soldering.
Oh.
Cozy up there. There's chairs in the way. Sorry.
Yeah. We also don't like each other very much.
Yeah, we don't like each other. I wanted just to sit on my lap, but she didn't want to.
No.
There's nothing we already know that Sion is pretty much immortal. No, I'm far from immortal. No.
No.
You're leading the witness. I'm leading the witness. Yes, I can't believe you think I'm having one coffee a day.
Well...
Today I had a coffee.
Yeah.
The question was, how much coffee do I really drink?
Well, you're trying to have none, but you sometimes have one. Sometimes. The other morning, remember you said when I was in the shower and you turned the water on and you said, oh, I turned the water on and then I smelt coffee.
That was it. I had a decaf. That was a decaf. I mentioned I had decaf.
Sorry.
I've had a few decafs. Of the 4 or 5 coffees I've had, probably 3 have been decafs.
Does he have any grey hairs? Yes, he does.
Finally!
But he does, but...
Not many.
No, I've got more.
I've wanted grey hairs forever.
Yeah. No, I've got more though, but he does. They're just peppered in there. Just
turn the teleprompter off. Does he? Yeah.
What?
Check my bald spot. Yeah, I'm sure I've got something coming.
It doesn't have a bald spot.
Not really.
Doesn't. Sorry. Listen, I'm happy to bag him. I just give me something good to work with. He can have some of my grey hair. Oh, decaf. I don't drink coffee. I wouldn't know.
Give it time. The grey is earned with time. I just mean I haven't earned it yet.
Right. Well, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
I have.
Wow. Okay.
Happy about that.
Let's go turn my iron off for a few minutes, so I don't burn the place down.
I'd say that, but I don't iron, so.
Yours doesn't iron or solder iron.
No.
Soldering iron.
Yes, he's got hair.
Yes, I've got hair. Yes, I do.
I'm finding it really hard to see that screen.
Okay,
The
why don't you
black.
sit forward a bit more?
She's a keeper.
Yes, she's a keeper. We told you, only because neither of us want the kids. If we all order enough boards, he'll earn his grey hair.
No, he'll just become really agitated and annoying. He's not going to get grey hair. He's just going to be annoying.
I'll be intolerable.
Yeah, no.
Were any of games any good?
What game?
Were any of games? What?
I feel like I'm squinting. Wait. I got to put my wipe. Let me just play with my wipers. Oh, any of his games?
Nah.
Yes.
Yaz doesn't play games. As in computer games.
Any games.
Any games.
I don't play any games. No life games, no computer games.
Crumdudgeonly. I don't even know what that means. Is that even a word? Bog off, that's not a bald spot. Sorry, Colin. Yes, okay.
No, I'm sorry. Let's just move off the hair. Whenever you get normal coffee beans. Oh, yes. Yes, I've heard that they're very good.
No, I do Nespresso. I didn't work for anyone. I had my own company.
Yes.
2 game development companies I've had.
Yes.
Sector 3.
And
then 3 Sprockets. Don't ask about the 3s. 3sprockets.com. Check it out. It's still there. Like, I'm just not actively making games anymore.
yes, the game's available on the App Store.
Yeah, thanks. But,
Watch the
yeah.
ads.
So, ran my own studios. Yeah, the games are still in the App Store. That's the little dribs of money coming in from that is probably the only thing that hasn't stopped me from being a maker right now, but it's really not earning much at all. So, yeah. My time is running short.
I like this question. How do you cope with the hours of making? It's like any other job. He goes to work, he comes home. Not so hard.
24/7.
Yeah, but you've never had a 9 to 5.
No.
You've always had your own business.
I've always run my own businesses. I've never, never done 9 to 5. So Yaz is used to me working 7 days whenever.
Yeah.
Whatever I work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what I like doing during the day is just ignoring one another, so that when he comes in at the end of the day, we've got something to talk about, like how's your day, how are the kids, la la la. Like, yeah. I like to just ignore.
We pretend that neither of us are here.
Yeah.
Ask an engineer. In this case, ask an unexpected maker. Yeah, that's okay. Who's Digby? Digby's just a character in a game.
Yep.
Yeah, just a name.
No, all platforms, not just Apple.
Games. No, yeah. Console.
Right.
PS4, Xbox One.
I knew something.
Done Nintendo. Didn't do Switch. Almost had Digby ready for Switch, but didn't release it. Done Wii U, obviously, and then PC, Mac, Linux on Steam, and then obviously Android and iOS. Did them all. All of them. Tree Sprockets. Very funny, Brian.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's very good. Yes. Oh, Jan's going. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good sleep.
Can we, I don't mean to be rude, but
Right.
can we start asking me some questions and not say about his game?
Yeah, don't ask her about
he's
me.
always here, so,
Does anyone want to ask Yaz anything about Yaz? Fair enough. The hours are like work time. Some of us do 10 to 12 hours away at work. Sam does it in his workspace, and also in the house.
yeah,
I'll often work with my notebook just in the house.
a notebook and noise cancelling headphones.
Yeah, and noise cancelling headphones.
Which is infuriating, but necessary.
Any Vectrex games? No, I wish. Yes. I almost made some Amiga games.
What's my favourite project, Brian? I interrupted. I do that.
What's of my projects?
Of his
None.
or like life?
My
favourite movie. Oh gosh. Oh, Brian. I don't know. I'm not very good. Wait. My favourite movie. Oh.
Brian's on a roll.
Don't know.
It's interrogation or what?
I need processing time. ADHD. Remember processing time. Do either of you like to read? Yes. So, yes, I do like to read, but as it turns out, my retention's not so good. So I either get bored very easily or I start not read. Like I'll look at the words and not really read them. So if I have to read something, it's got to be really interesting. Like, I have to hyper-focus on it. It has to be something that I care about and interested in. If you're going to send me information about gas and electricity, save your paper, save the trees, because I can't see the words, just see nothing.
I read a lot. I go through a book every 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I love reading. Yes,
so that's the reading you wanted. I did want questions.
Wait, CGA says neither. I use Modo. Modo for 3D.
I don't know what that
Sorry. Anyway, that's fine. Okay.
No Game of Thrones. I don't care.
Okay. Yes, doesn't do. Yeah, she doesn't do any fantasy or sci-fi at all.
Do a lot of bad reality. But,
bad reality. Yes. Yeah.
I think it's necessary.
Do you get enough time off to see on help around the house?
Yes.
No, to see on help around. There's 2 questions. See on help around the house. Yes.
What does help around the house mean? Like, do the no, we don't iron. Do like like housework. I do most of it, but that's okay because I like things in a particular way, and that's on me. That's my choice. What else? Like cooking. I'm quite deficient in that area, so it's shared, I would say, between me and the takeaway people.
Yeah,
and you've done 1 or 2, yeah.
Yeah, I occasionally cook and I occasionally clean.
What was the question? My God. Where was it? Oh, does he help? Yes, and then there's the parenting stuff, which is really hard. It's a long answer because it's not because he's not invested.
No.
Faster.
Don't waffle.
I'm not waffling.
Okay,
oh,
go.
Yum. It's not that he's not invested in the kids, and it's not that he's invested in therapy and blah, 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 but I'm generally the one that takes them to therapy and blah, 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 blah. So in terms of helping with the kids, yes, he does, but sometimes I have to just steer him in like what words to use and what things. You know what? We don't know what we're doing. We don't know, but we think we're doing okay with them, but we know that they need structure, and sometimes when we're not on the same page, it's annoying for them. But I know that I've waffled and I know that I've gone off tangent. But no, the point is, yes, he's helpful.
The other part of the question was, do you get enough time off?
Oh.
No. 0.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No. Next question.
Audiobooks, no, I can't do Ian. I can't do audiobooks because I just wander my mind. Nah. It's white noise. Nah.
You want to use my laser cutter or 3D printer? Learn how to use it?
Do I? No.
No. Okay. No making stuff.
No.
So what do you like to do, Yuz?
I don't know.
There's no time to do anything.
That's the answer. I don't know. I did...
What is your job? Here's the question. What is your job?
I'm head admin for...
No, what is your job? No, not here. What is your job?
My,
what do you do?
My job is to...
Carer for 2 children.
Yeah. I don't have... I did.
Which is harder than any full-time job anyone will ever do.
I did. I started something, but then once Ollie was diagnosed, I stopped because it just was a bit too hard. And then I think we got to the stage where things were getting okay, and then Flynn unravelled. So that's my job. They're my job.
Yep.
Yes, it is a good conversation.
Is it?
Thanks.
Just have her own business as well. No business. Yeah, no.
Lasagna. Sorry.
Yeah, yours alone is okay. It's
Lasagna.
not epic. It's not epic.
Do what works for you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what works for me. I don't know. I'm still finding.
Thanks, Azzy. Get out now, Mum. Someone's on your account typing. That would be Orly.
Where does it say?
Hey, Orly or Flynn, please don't do that.
This is a good one. The NDIS should be able to provide support, give you some time to yourself. See, that's very interesting, and I'll leave that for another day.
Yes. We've discussed this already, Ian. Very, very little support, if at all, from NDIS, unfortunately.
No, it just depends. It's a very long It's a very long situation.
For a different topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you find that you can concentrate more on music even with the inattentiveness? Do you like music?
I do. Yes. See, often when I work, I am listening to music, so that's a good point.
But that's background, just noise.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't... Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, maybe.
What's the time?
I feel like I should get back to finishing these boards.
I feel like I should just get back to the kids.
Yeah. Definitely find out who's using your internet account right now. Naughty children.
Can't do anything. Can't do anything. Alright, signing off. I've got to go. I've got to sort them out.
Okay.
I'm just going to sit here. I'm
Stop
staring.
staring.
I know. I'm
Stop
sorry.
staring.
What's it? Get out. Oh. That's a bit unexpected. There's going to be some repercussions for that.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
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 See you later. Have a lovely day, bub.
Yeah.
I'll move
You
you.
too.
Guys.
Sorry about the chair.
Well, that was totally unexpected. I did not think for a second. I baited her before, but I did not think she was going to come in at all. Wow. When I have a lot of complex code to do, I have loud music on. Yeah, I used to do that. Well, I still do that. I find that coding, I like listening to trance when I'm coding. But when I'm doing electronics, like especially really fine pitch stuff, like my tiny picos, I can't do it to, I need it, like, I listen to music soundtracks and stuff now. Softer music while I'm concentrating. I don't want my heart rate up when I'm trying to, now let's switch. When I'm trying to place little tiny things, I don't need my heart rate up. Me doing this, right? So, yeah, that was cool. Thanks, Yaz, for joining. Very unexpected. I want to go back and finish this, except my iron's now off again. I like turning my iron off, not leaving it on for too long. What kid was it? I don't know. You need quiet to focus. Yeah, different things for different people. I get into a rhythm. For me, it's not. I don't need the music to concentrate, but I get into like a rhythm with it, where I don't even know that the whole album's finished. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's background, but it's, yeah. What's the best game I made? Ooh. I don't know. Get my kids to place parts. I can't get my kids to focus on something longer than 5 seconds, the hookup. So ADHD is not helpful with stuff like that. I mean, there's the hyper-focus side, but then they don't listen. So Flynn would end up putting the parts wherever he wanted to. Right? And Orly would forget what she was doing within 5 seconds of placing the first part. So probably not really, not a good fit, I don't think. What was the name of my game company? So the first one was Sector 3, and then I sold that, and then I started 3 Sprockets, which is still there. So 3sprockets.com is still live. I don't know what my best game was. I've done a lot of good games. Best-selling game? Well, that'll have to be Pac-Man 256, probably, just because it was a Pac-Man game. And then probably Fight the Dragon. Did pretty well. On Steam. Define detail long-term activities. Well, it depends. What? I do pretty well. And I also have ADHD. I'm surprised Yaz didn't bring that one up as tell something that you guys don't know. There you go. I also have ADHD. which is not surprising considering it's genetic and both my kids have it. So I did pretty well with concentration and stuff. It just really depends. I've got hyperactive, hyperfocus. Right. It only helps if you're interested in what you're doing, which I am very interested in what I'm doing. Which I guess my strength is then the technical side. Like I get engrossed in what I'm doing and learning, and that's why I think I might excel in some of this stuff. Some of it, I should say, not all of it. Okay, iron's back on. Clearly I'm not good at talking and doing at the same time. His best game is the game of life. I don't know about that one, Yoz. I just told everyone that I've got ADHD, bub. In case you missed that. Yes, I'm past the chart. Yes, I was only diagnosed recently as well. Because clearly, as I said, it's genetic, right? So if both my kids have got it, then it was worth me looking into. But yes, I've managed my whole life to cope with it. I mean, I guess back when I was a kid, there wasn't such thing as ADHD. There was just troublemakers at school, which I might have been. Okay, that took a long time to get this second board done. Is he secretly Conway? Who's Conway? Yes, dyslexia. I had a few friends growing up that had dyslexia. I'm thankful I don't, because that would be, yeah. I mean, I love reading. I know you can learn and you can get special glasses and stuff. I love reading. If I lost the ability to read like I do, then I'd be quite, yeah, annoyed. It's 2 children with HG. I got into electronics. Also got easy to manage activity, needing concentration. Yeah, as you get older, it becomes like right now. My kids aren't. They're both not mature enough. As well as don't have the skills yet, but they're also not mature enough to really be able to self-regulate at the emotional level. So that'll get learnt with time. Almost put them on the wrong side. Yeah, when you do what you're interested in, just zone out and concentrate really well. And ignore everything else, yes. And I do that. Like if I'm not interested in something, I totally disregard it. I've done that my whole life. But never knew really what it was. So we need to look at something up in the docs. Worlds away. I hate reading docs. I love reading, but I hate reading documents. I'm the type of guy that I learn by doing, not by reading. So yeah, that's a struggle for me. Invented Cellular Martyr, Game of Life. Oh right, John Conway. Okay, yes, I know John Conway. How long left? I don't know. I'm still going a bit. Why do you keep asking, Ari? Don't stress. Enjoy. Okay, let's get this one in. Damn, fell out. I really want to get these finished. I don't know if I'll have time to do any PCB design work today, but come on. Okay, got it. Wow, I can't believe you find the time to go through a book every few days. I read at night time when I get in bed, and I read for like a couple of hours every night, and I'm a pretty fast reader. And it depends on the book. If the book really grips me, like I'll get through a book really quickly. Yeah, we're talking about like 500-page books. Obviously, if I'm reading big epic stuff, like 1,200, 1,300 pages, I can't. That take me a week and a half or so. Bye, guys. Have a lovely day. Give the kids a kiss and a hug for me, please. Yeah, please follow. If you're interested to find out more about ASD and ADHD and our journey, Yaz has got a blog she does on Facebook called Literally Awesome. And yes, that is the correct spelling. Or the correct spelling for the blog anyway. Bye, Alan. See you soon. Okay, that wasn't very straight. close. We're getting close. Just one more after this. Kindle or paper? Neither. iPad and paper. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of paper books, but I've stopped buying paper books now. And it took me a long time to get comfortable with reading on a screen. I much preferred holding the book. But yeah, I read on, I've got an iPad mini that all my books are on, and I do them all. I try to do them digitally now just to save the trees. Although there's something nice about having a tangible book in your hands, I think, still. Also try not to buy too many magazines as well, for the same reason. Okay, that did not go straight. I love how dev docs, I find a flick from one language to the other. Really? Okay. That's less hyper-focus and more obsessive. Yeah. If I got to read up docs on something, I'm definitely not interested in seeing how to do it in different languages. I just want to get the info and move on. Like for me, getting that info in docs is just a means to an end. You know, I tend to not get sunk into the docs because of that reason. Like I'm doing it for a purpose, if that makes sense. And my problem is I'm so keen to get into the implementation side that I'll often scan the docs too quickly and overlook something important. Who will save the gorillas? The Gorilla Glass? Is that the joke there? The Gorilla Glass gorillas? I don't know. Yeah, Kindles are fine. I just never had one, so I use a. Hey Tony, how's the crowdfunding going? Well, it's not started yet still, but I'm super close now. I'm just waiting for the last lot of shields to come in end of this week. And then I will be able to get the campaign stuff, the outstanding stuff together, and be able to launch soon. I keep saying soon, I know that. Did you just solder a short pin? A short? Oh, well, interesting, I did, but it's shorted to the right spot. It's the pin and that cap are connected now, but they're supposed to be connected. Well, not through solder joint, but it was fine that they were connected. But thank you for pointing that out. It's like a 20-minute post bag. What? Big blobby. Yeah, it's gone now. Thank you. It was okay in that particular case. Okay, last one. Here we go. Last one. You can see why I dread making Reflow Masters when I run out. Obviously I could do it a bit quicker if I wow. That was a bit awkward. I can do it quicker when I'm concentrating. Yeah, I fixed the cap. Fix the cap. It's all good. Oh, hey David. You missed, yeah, Yaz. Yaz was on the phone and... Yaz was on and my kids were on earlier as well. Although I think the conversation from Yaz was a little bit more enticing, endearing, maybe, than the kids. Yeah, Kindles are fine. Colton. What? My abomination solder job test working though. Well done, James. Catch you later, mate. Thanks for joining. Oh, Tiny LED Matrix is going too. Bye, Alex. Thanks for joining. I do appreciate that it's super late for everyone now in Europe. So thank you very much for joining. Almost there. Almost done. Yeah, this whole having to straighten them is a real pain. But I just can't let them go out on an angle. It's not OCD, it's just respect. I respect myself and my customers too much to do shoddy work like that. It's now super early in Europe. Yeah, I know. I know. It's early morning, so no QFN redesign tonight. Well, I know we've been going over. I know. I might at least quickly, once assembled, see into your test run. The boards have already been tested, but I do normally, yes, plug a screen in and test them again to make sure that the buttons work. But I need to get switches and stuff on them first, so there's more work to be done on them still to be able to test that all this soldering works. So yes, I do. Everything's tested thoroughly before they go out. But I'm not going to get a chance to do that today because I haven't built... I need to solder all my switches together and stuff, which I haven't done yet because I'm out of those as well. Yes. As I said, there's a lot of work in putting these together. Too much. I'd almost say not worth it. Except they work really well. I mean, I know I'm biased, so like you might think that I'm just saying that, but as a reflow controller for a toaster oven, they're really, really good. Better than I expected. I guess the only real challenge is you need to get the profile right for your paste, for your oven, right? The last one, I did a bridge again. Okay, fixed. Yeah, the key is to work out how fast and how good your oven is, like how fast it can reach temperature and drop temperature, and then adjust a right profile for your particular paste they're using, right? Do you have test? Oh, I did that one already. Not OCD, it's respect. Yes, I do. I have respect for the people that are going to get them. And for myself. Okay, 4 boards. Done. Done enough for now, anyway. So, okay, let's quickly jump into Eagle. Unexpected reflow. No, totally expected reflow. Let's, okay, Eagle. Do I have Eagle open? Let me find... I haven't done any of the work yet. I might quickly do a few things on it. Maybe. What's the time? I know we lost a little bit of time in the middle, and I know it's been over 2 hours already. But I feel like I owe everyone... Might end up buying one yet. Blue tack is my friend. Yeah, it's actually... It's quite hard when I've got so many of them, though, to do blue tack on them. Okay, so desktop. So this is my current board. Let me just go to the top. Turn off unrouted. So that's obviously using the QFP. Wow, let's turn off grids. You paid the price on the black PCBs, especially flat. Yes, I paid the price of these. I did pay the price. The learning curve. Well, I haven't yet because I haven't fixed it yet. I haven't gone through and worked out the right profile for those boards yet. So you are considerate for us. Yes, well, you know, I have to say I've got a... I'm not judging. I'm not saying that anyone else here that makes stuff doesn't. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying I'm an expert or any good at anything I do, because I really still think I'm not. But I have a high level of regard for the quality of what I work on. I guess that comes from running my own businesses my whole life. It's why I spend so much time on the non-electronic side of all my stuff, like my packaging and stuff. Like you know, one thing I'm doing right now, again, a lot of stuff I need to do for the campaign, especially now with all the shields. But like as an example, if I can get there, I will show you that right now, a lot of my time is being invested in where is that? Hang on, one moment. Oh, I was already there. No, not that one, not that one, that one, that one. So I'm doing stuff like this right now. working on making all the cards now for all the shields. I do have imposter syndrome. Hey Ben, I know I do. I'm sorry Brian feels attacked. So like I'm working on all these at the moment. So here's one for the audio shield, and so let me just do this, might be easier. I did one for the RTC shield. Right, and I'm just finished one for the Grove shield. So like I'm really, yeah, I'm going overboard. I feel like I'm going overboard. I've really set myself a lot of work to do for the campaign to get all this stuff to be the best it can be. Not even financially viable, right? But it's still important for me to do. Presentation is paramount for me. It really is. So anyway, well, so I will make some changes now. Some of them are easy. Like I'm going to right click here. I'm going to change this package to be QFN. So you can see here, nice big thermal pad, which the QFP doesn't have. So that is now a QFN, and now, as you can see, I have to redo all of this routing and stuff. I think it's really important to be presented well and have good documentation and good presentation, I think. Yeah, it just takes a lot of time. It's amazing how much time it takes. It's a real time sink. Yes, Jobs is very big on packaging. I'm not looking at making beautiful boxes to put them in and stuff. I don't have the budget even for the cards I'm making, let alone the budget for anything else. Okay, so a few things. So Paul didn't come. Paul tag it. Oh well, shame. I'm going to remove. Oh, I already removed that. I've already removed some caps. Must have done that a while ago. Interesting. Okay. So I had a 430k resistor over here, discharge resistor, which isn't needed, and I had a 100k enable resistor, which is also not needed. So 2 parts gone off my board now. Yay! What do you think about STM32 MCUs? STM32s are awesome. They're really, really good, high quality Cortex MCUs, absolutely. And their support and their documentation and and everything. STM Microelectronics are a really top-notch company. Really, really good. I didn't know about them when I started working with the SAMDs, with the microchip stuff. I guess I was pointed towards the microchip stuff because of Adafruit. And that's where I started. You know, I want to learn more about the STM32s. I've got a discovery board behind me over there, but I just haven't had time. All their development tools are Windows only, which also doesn't help. So the few things that I want to do. So this board was made a while ago before I go DRC, load all my old boards. So this is before I had my optimized 2-layer boards for JLC PCB and 4-layer boards. So I'm now using those. And I need to go to my net global attributes, net classes, and make sure these are all 000, because I have no limits on my tolerances. That's all in my DRC file. Anyway, see the packaging, Geico, whatever did for his maker knife, that was top notch. No, I didn't actually. That maker knife was very intriguing, but it was a bit too expensive for me, and I didn't really need it. So I want to now go and... So all these vias are way too big for me. I'm going to take them all down to 10. Now that I'm more comfortable with all my tolerances I work with. So drill. Oh, really? No, I want 10. Can I add 10? Hopefully I just added 10. So I want all my drill sizes to be 10. Yep, that's better. And as you can see, much smaller, which means I can do much closer routing. I just want to go change all my wires everywhere. I'm sure there's an easier way to change them all, but I find this therapeutic. Now I really want to get rid of the 10k resistors, the pull downs, but I can't because I'd have to change the code. I don't want to end up with two different code bases, one for one Reflow Master and one for another. So I'm adamant that the changes I make today will keep it fully compatible with the current code base. It's definitely luxury want and not a need. Which one is? What's a luxury want and need? I do run Windows in a virtual machine on my Mac. I do. You can program with the simple Arduino IDE. I'm becoming a bit of a fanboy of them. They cost a lot of €1 per chip. Yeah, I don't want to program them on the Arduino IDE. Like, I want to learn how to actually use CubeMX, or I know how to use that now, but like I want to actually do low level, like writing completely custom firmware for them from scratch, not using the Arduino IDE. I don't want to have to work with someone else's bootloader on them. Does that make sense? I want to. Oh, the knife, right? Yeah, I want to be able to work at the lowest level. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yes. And also MicroPython is available on them, so I want to also be able to play with MicroPython on them. Okay, let's get rid of all these. I'm going to have to rethink. Oh, I just thought of something. Yes, I need to get rid of all of this, because I can no longer route underneath the chip, right? So I'm going to have to reroute a lot of this stuff, like A0 and A1 I have to come around. They're pretty easy. I need to reroute my power. There's a lot of 3 volt pins on here, which I need to reroute. I want to space some stuff up a bit, give myself some more room on some of these things, like these are a little bit too close. Yeah, I'm just going to do some quick changes. I'm not going to get it finished now. What's interesting? Oh, it's a big price increase, no? Yeah, they can do HID, the STM32s. They're very good, very powerful. Very good implementation of the ARM reference design. That tweeping sound is annoying. I'm sorry. I know it is. Okay. And V bus. Get rid of that. Okay, so it's V-bus. Probably interesting. Maybe I'll move that cap. I'm going to move this cap over, which means I'm going to let me just turn off some layers I don't want on bottom names, bottom place, just for the moment. Get rid of my docs. What have I missed? Nothing. I'm just doing some quick mods to this board for my V2. I want to actually, I will keep this cap up here. I'm going to move it over to there, I think. I'm going to just change this slightly. Okay, if in a single button game, I noticed that you used your own pull down resistor instead of acting one on the nano pull-ups on board. Right, so yeah, when I did this board originally, I didn't even know that I knew the Sambies had pull-ups, but not downs, and I kind of like having the default saver button off, and when you press it, it goes high, just from a coding point of view. I get that it can be either way. And it was the same with the code on my on the game. I built that forever ago, and again, I didn't know that there was pull-ups and pull-downs. So pull-downs at that point, I'd only ever seen pull-ups. So that was the only reason. In this case, now I can't get rid of these pull-downs because then the current code base won't work. And I don't want to fork the code base because people aren't going to necessarily know which version of the Reflow Master they've got. The idea is that these Reflow Masters will be sold the same way as the other Reflow Masters, and someone's not even going to know the difference, right? For my Pro, I've already removed all the pull-downs, and my Reflow Master Pro will be using internal pull-downs and save a lot of parts. And also, to be fair, right, through naivety, I think early on when I designed these boards, right, I think I used to look at electronics and think that the more parts on them, the more impressive they looked, right? So I know that's kind of stupid now. Like now for me, it's all about optimization and using as fewer parts as possible. So quicker build, lower cost, less things to go wrong. But I guess back in the day, it was all about, oh, look at how many parts are on here. Yeah. Can you share a picture? I want to share my keyboard so I can get feedback. You can, obviously you can't, I don't know if you can post you can try. Yeah. Post a link to depends what you're posting to, I guess. If it's a web page, should work. Right, a pick and place obviously makes a difference. I mean, I still like the idea of external pull-ups, but if they're not needed, they're not needed. You know, now that I've built so many of these Reflow Masters, you know, and built so many of these things and stuff, like I really, until I get a pick and place, then everything I have to place myself is a chore. So the fewer the parts for me, the better, really. Okay, back to here. I get you with the preference of active high switches. I didn't use internal pull-ups for ages. Now I just use to invert the digital reads. Sure. The other thing is I don't, like if people are hacking the code, I want the code to be nice and clear. I don't want people to, you know, I guess using internal pull-ups is fine as well. I'm not used to them for something like this. I guess I've always, you know, looked at it at a hardware level thing. Okay, so what other changes? There's a few more changes I want to make, but they're going to take a bit more time. I want to stick a transistor on the buzzer and drive it from 5 volts instead of 3.3 volts to make it a bit louder. I'm also going to make the relay, put a transistor on here and drive that from 5 volts instead of 3.3. Because I think it was Station 240 you were here before, maybe, might still be here. He had a situation where, I think it was Station 240, where his SSR needed 5 volts to drive it. My SSR can drive off 3 volts or above, and so I built this as 3 volts and above, so obviously it's being driven from 3.3. So I'm going to change that and drive it from 5 volts. I'm also going to remove this LED for the relay because it's not needed, and there's an LED on most relays, on most SSRs anyway, so I'm going to remove that as well. So there's a few more things I want to do here to tidy this up. Again, the changes of adding transistors on the buzzer and the relay output won't make any difference to the code base. It's going to be identical. It'll still be driven from the same I/O. It just needs to, it'll just go through transistors and run off 5 volts. Just like I'm doing with the fan right now to get it off 5 volts. So I'm taking some parts off and putting some parts back on. That's okay. That's okay. What else? I think that's really all I want to do for this board. So I'll probably knock that out Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I've got 3 more of these in stock. As I said, I've got one of these is already going. So 3 more left, and then yeah, I won't have any stock until I get these new boards made. CG Spaces MG, if you put their HTTP on it, it might actually work as a link. CG Aces. Is that a missing track? Yeah, I haven't rerouted yet because I had to swap the this out for a QFN. I've got to reroute it all. So there's lots of missing traces right now. Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian. Let's look at what CG Aces picture is. Not secure, it says. Ooh, not secure. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Check out those rotor encoders. Holy moly. What are you making this for? That is nice. That is very nice. Those encoders look great. Really nice. Are they RGB? Can't tell if they're RGB. I can't see what those LEDs are. And it looks like it's USB-C as well. Yep, possibly. I think that's an STM chip. Is that an LED driver? Maybe? I don't know, can't really see. So what is this for? Is that another row of buttons there? Looks like another row of buttons. Can go there. Those LEDs are RGB. Yes, I thought they were. How did you make those yourself, or are they pre-made rings? They're very close together. Well done. You hand assembled it all? Very nice. Are you going to be selling these? It does look Dvorak, doesn't it? Or is it just completely custom? Answer! CG Aces, come on! Don't keep us all waiting in anticipation. Has the chat died? No? Has my stream died? I hope not. No answers. Okay, well, where can I buy one? I don't know what they're for. I don't know what use I have for one. It looks very good. Made them myself, hand assembled. Yeah, very cool. Keeps cutting out. Maybe the internet's gone again. I don't know. Stream is alive. It's getting flaky. Oh well. I don't know what the... Yeah, it could be the internet's going bad again. Damn, we're almost at 3 hours. Looks alphabetical. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q... Oh, wow, it is too. It is alphabetical. Well done, whoever thought that was. Daniel? No, working fine. Let's check out CG Ace's website. I hope nothing bad's going to come up if I do this. Maybe there's more information on what the keyboard is. Visualization, virtual tool, photography. Oh, okay. Nice. I used to do a bit of that a while ago in another life. Yes, missing the top row. You can tell that there were spots there for more buttons. You gotta go, Chris. Catch you later, mate. Thanks for joining. Didn't see any streaming ups. Currently, it's a 32U4. Oh, okay. Interesting. Gonna change it to SM32. Yeah. Woohoo! Cool. Okay, folks. I think I'm gonna call it. Just under 3 hours, longer than normal, or longer than I wanted to go, but it was a good stream. Oh, I missed clicking the portfolio. Okay, Sorry, maybe next stream. Yeah, 32 U4 is good, but it's only, what is it, 16 bits? 8-bit? 16-bit? No MicroPython. Oh, terrible. So that was an unexpected stream, unexpected trouble on the stream, unexpected visitors. Well, I knew my kids were coming. I didn't know you guys were going to come. But there you go. Crazy, crazy stream. Thank you all for joining. It's been pretty fun, except for a little bit in the middle where it wasn't so fun. I look forward to getting these Reflow Masters finished. So, yeah, I got to make thermocouples for them and switches. And yeah, that will be that. And I will have some new boards to show you next week when they arrive. For the final stuff for my Tiny Pico stuff, shields. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to build one of those IPS screens this time. I think I've got the pitch perfect now because I printed about 6 versions, so I got it perfectly right. But yes, you got to see my family, which is pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Been a blast. I will catch you all next week, I guess. And hopefully part 4 of my MicroPython tutorial will be out Monday-ish, sometime. Anyway, bye everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later. Have a good sleep and a good day. Click.